name is Michelle Zacco from Cutting Edge Stencils, and we're excited to be on Home Talk today. We're going to show you how to make over this piece of IKEA furniture. It's an IKEA Rast dresser, and we actually picked up this unfinished piece of furniture for $35 at IKEA. And we are going to show you how to give it a little bit of paint and pattern and make it completely look different. It's going to have a whole personalized look. So we bought this dresser. It was $35 over at IKEA, and we have already painted it. It came unfinished. We painted it with a Benjamin Moore. It was like a tealy blue. We kind of custom mixed two colors, but we took two teal blues that we really loved and we mixed them together into a beautiful hue. We tested a little bit on the side, and then we've painted it onto the dresser using a dense foam roller. So today we're actually going to take our Atomi pattern. See that beautiful pattern right there? Now you can get this beautiful stencil over at cuttingedgestencils.com. It comes in multiple different versions. We have the craft size along with the wall size, so it's beautiful for walls, but it's also great for furniture. And we have a whole line of furniture stencils over at cuttingedgestencils.com. So we're going to lean this piece back, and we're going to show you how to add the Atomi stencil to the front section of the dresser. And we are going to grab our supplies over here. Now we have the Atomi craft stencil. It's a medium-sized stencil, and that's the pattern. We've gone ahead and we have sprayed it with the Sticky Note Spray Adhesive. You can get this off of Amazon. We really like this spray adhesive. It works well for our projects. All you have to do is you flip the stencil over. About 1 to 2 feet away, you're going to gently spray the back of the stencil. Now, how do you know it's the back of the stencil? Look here on the bottom, and you can see our website, cuttingedgestencils.com. That's going to tell you that that's the front side of the stencil. So you're going to flip it over and spray the back side of the stencil. And then you're going to measure it out. Now, this beautiful pattern comes with what we call repeats. So you can potentially repeat the pattern in multiple different sections. And so we want this to line up down the center. So we've taken our ruler and we've measured out where the center of the chest is. And so it's about 11.5 inches. We've used a small pencil to mark where we want it. And now you can see the spray adhesive is going to help hold it into place. And we are going to line this up. So bear with me one moment while we get this all lined up. This is a really trendy color right now. It's like a tealy blue. And honestly, it looks great in all types of settings. So if you have, gray walls, it's a great color. You can see the spray adhesive, well, it helps hold it in place. It does make it a little bit challenging. You're just trying to lay it out. Now we're going to gently push down. Make sure our stencil is flat against all of the front of the drawers. And we've gone ahead and we've poured a little bit of white paint into a tray. And we're using a 4-inch dense foam roller, which you can get on our website over at cuttingedgestencils.com. And we are going to roll the dense foam roller into the paint. This is a regular Benjamin Moore white paint. And then you're going to offload your roller onto the paper towel. Now, the key to stenciling is to make sure that your paint is evenly dispersed. You can see right there, we're not evenly dispersed. So we're going to go back in and we're going to roll it on so that it's evenly placed on the roller. And then you offload so that you don't have too much paint on your roller. Too much paint is going to cause it to bleed. So I'm going to come around to the side and we are going to paint the pretty pattern. This is a really great and very inexpensive way to dress up a dresser. Now you can notice I'm doing a very light coat of paint. You can either go with a light coat of paint because you like the distressed look, or you could, what you want to do is you really want to build up your coverage, because too much paint is going to seep underneath the stencil and it's going to cause it to bleed. So one light coat and then just keep building it up as we go. So we are painting this fun project over in Ramsey, New Jersey, and we're just curious where all of our viewers are tuning in from today.
We have viewers from the Netherlands, from India, Iraq, Texas, all over the place.
Now IKEAs, I think, are pretty much located around the world, so it's very simple to get your hands on an IKEA Rast dresser. Again, it was $35, and it's such an affordable project.
We have a bunch of people from the States too, Colorado, Tennessee, Ohio, Brooklyn.
There we go, we're just going to keep. Now if you notice underneath our dresser, we have gone and lined our floor with a little bit of paper. When you're painting a project, especially inside of a house like this, you're going to make sure that you want to either put down a plastic tablecloth or, you know, a large piece of paper to catch anything that might sort of spill off. You don't want to damage the inside of your house. And again, you can find, we have a whole line of craft and furniture stencils. It's great for projects like this. And you can find them over at cuttingedgestencils.com.
One of our followers said they would do this in multicolor too.
Now that would look amazing, and that would be a lot of fun. And the great part about stenciling is that you can really customize it to be any colors that you want, any colors that sort of fit your space. So there is no, you know, one size fits all. Okay, so we are going to pick this pattern up and we are going to repeat it. So now we centered the pattern onto the front of the dresser. And we are going to pick it up and we are going to move it over to the next section. Look at that. Gorgeous, right? Oh, I love it. I love how this looks. All right, now we are going to finish this off. Now, like I mentioned, our stencils are repeating. So it's very simple. This part and this part are repeating in the pattern, and we're just going to line it up. It's very simple to line it up. Again, the spray adhesive is going to help hold it in place. And we are going to load up the roller. Okay, and we are going to press down. We have lined the side of the dresser with blue tape. That's to basically catch, as we're rolling into the stencil, it's going to catch anything that would normally hit the side of the dresser that we are not painting today.
Ooh, one of our followers asked if it was reusable.
This stencil is totally reusable. All of our stencils are reusable. All you have to do is rinse it off with soap and water, and you can easily reuse it again for another project. In fact, we are going to show you how to do that today. Because we want you to see that there's a lot of value in buying one stencil. You can do so many things with it. Okay, now you can take a little bit of a stencil brush if you wanted to make sure that you got into the edges and you don't.
What's the name of this stencil?
This is the Atomi Craft. It's a size medium. It fits onto this project perfectly. And there you go.
And where can our viewers get this stencil? You
can get this at cuttingedgestencils.com. And you can also get all the supplies that we're using today. We have the stencil brush that we're using, along with the dense foam roller over on our website, cuttingedgestencils.com. We're going to lift this. Okay, there you go.
One of our viewers said, would this be a great project to do on mirrors?
Yes, you could totally do it on a mirror. Now you're just going to be a little, very careful. Definitely use spray adhesive because a mirror is going to be a little bit more of a slick surface. Again, we're going to press it down. And we're going to roll our...
Can we get this in a bigger size?
Yes, we have an all-over pattern that you can use on a wall. Now, if you look right behind me, the wall that's back there, that's the Zamir all-over. And that's a beautiful wall pattern, but it's an all-over pattern, so it's the size is geared for a wall. This comes in a size very similar to that, so you could do a wall with the Atomi pattern, or we have it in the craft size, in the medium and the small. and this is the medium size. Again, I'm lightly rolling it on the first time, and then I'm going in a little bit harder for a second roll so I can build up the coverage.
One of our viewers asked why we use the T-square.
The T-square really helped us figure out where the center of the dresser was. We wanted the design to be centered right down the middle because it's a repeating pattern. If we had just gone with it, it would have been slightly off-centered. You know, if you're a type A person, sometimes that bothers you a little bit more.
Oh, a lot of people love our Halloween pillows in the background.
We have a lot of great Halloween patterns. Actually, last week on Hometalk, we crafted a booze sign. We used some Halloween stencils. I think it's located back there in the corner. And that was a very fun, very easy project to create. And again, I'm going to use a stencil brush just to dab the sections that I feel need a little bit more. And it's really along the edges because the edges, you know, you can roll the roller into it. It's actually our stencils are pliable and they're very easy to work with. But sometimes a stencil brush really just helps kind of finish it off. And you can see, just dab it in and then you get that finished look. We'll swirl it in a little bit. Make sure we've got it completely covered.
Where can we get this stencil?
You can get this at cuttingedgestencils.com. And we're gonna lift and reveal. Okay, so we are gonna keep going. So we want the pattern now. We've copied it over on both sides, so the pattern is very equal throughout. But we want to finish off the bottom. We're not going to do this bottom section, but we do want to finish off this section. So it does require a couple more repeats. And we are going to center it right here. See how easy it is to line up our stencil? Now this would be the same thing if you were doing a wall stencil. It's very easy to line it up. You're going to roll your roller into your paint. Off roll it. And then gently roll it on. And it lines up so easily. It makes it a very easy project. Now this is, if you're tuning in right now, this is a $35 Rast dresser from IKEA. We are personalizing it using the medium size Atomi stencil.
Where can they get this again?
And you can get our stencils over at cuttingedgestencils.com. And we are going to line this section up over here. Now the spray adhesive, it's still keeping it sticking to the dresser, giving us that clean line that we're looking for. And we roll into the corner. If you need to, you just finish it off with a stencil brush. Very easy to do. And we are going to lift and reveal. And look at that. And there you have it. So that is our Atomi dresser. Now we have completely transformed the front of the dresser, but it did come with knobs. I'm going to take you on over here. So now we have these small wooden knobs that came with the dresser. You could go out, you could buy new knobs, you could get glass knobs, or all you have to do is actually paint the knobs and it gives it a whole new look. We have Modern Masters, it's a burnt orange metallic paint, and we are going to dip our stencil brush into the paint and we are going to swirl it onto the knob. Now we chose orange because it is going to contrast with the teal very nicely. It's going to stand out, it's going to be really fun. There you go.
Ooh, we're getting a lot of thumbs up.
Very fun, very easy. So we're actually going to reach out. Our buddy Mark is going to help us out. He's going to put these knobs onto the dresser. But while he's doing that, I'm going to show you how to make a piece of wall art in less than 5 minutes. I'm just going to stick that over here. Okay, we have a canvas. Now we bought this canvas from one of the craft stores. They're very inexpensive. We're going to put this stuff on the side.
What kind of paint are we using?
We're using Benjamin Moore. We're using Benjamin Moore for all of this. It would be very easy to go and use, you know, a craft paint. It really doesn't matter. You can use any sort of paint you want for a canvas project. So these canvases, they come pre-primed. We did go ahead and we painted a base coat of Navajo White, which is by Benjamin Moore. We like those products. And now we're going to reuse the same stencil. Obviously, we would have gone off into the back. We would have washed the stencil, removed some of the paint. Soap and water is all we needed to do. But just to keep things moving along, we're using a clean stencil to kind of show you what it would look like. So you're going to take your stencil that you just used on your dresser, and you are going to line it up on your canvas. The canvas is about 16 by 20. We're going to position, again, we're going to try to position it right down into the middle. You could get out the ruler, you could measure it again. And now we're using Benjamin Moore Racing Orange. Orange is a really fun color that kind of works very well with the teal blue. We're going to roll our dense foam roller into the paint, and we are going to off-roll on a piece of paper towel.
Our followers want to know if we have any stencils for children.
We have a ton of stencils for children. Now we have stencils that your children could actually paint with. If you visit our website, cuttingedgestencils.com, you'll see them. We also have a lot of stencils that are perfect for a nursery, and there's so many different patterns to choose for. We have stencils for crafts. We have stencils for walls.
Where can they get the dense foam rollers?
You can get the dense foam roller as well as the stencil brushes over at cuttingedgestencils.com. And again, stenciling a piece of wall art, it's a custom piece of wall art. This is going to take less than 5 minutes. And it's amazing how this is going to work out perfectly with our dresser. All you have to do is use a little bit of soap and water. You clean off our stencils, which, by the way, you can get over at cuttingedgestencils.com. And it's kind of fun to think that, you know, you've now just reused your stencil.
One of our viewers wants to know where we can get the deer clock.
We actually posted a complete tutorial. Maybe Hometalk can help us out and post that link, because we posted a complete tutorial on how to do that. You can get the stencil at cuttingedgestencils.com, and the entire tutorial is over on Hometalk.
Ooh, one of our viewers likes the French poem one in the background too.
These were very simple to make. We used reclaimed wood. It was old fence wood that one of the owners had picked up. It was sitting by the side of the curb, and we sanded it off and we turned it into these farmhouse clocks. Now you can see I'm using very light coats. It takes a little bit longer when you're using a light coat, but I don't really want the paint bleed, so that's why I'm going with a light coat. Just better to build it up.
What kind of paint are we using?
We're using Benjamin Moore paint. This color is Racing Orange. Okay, and we are almost complete there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to pick up this stencil. We're going to reveal this awesome pattern.
Oh, someone loves our mandala stencil in the background as well.
That is the Abundance. Again, now this piece of wood was an old tabletop that was just sitting by the curb. Somebody had picked it up, they brushed it off, sanded off the debris, and then they turned it into this custom piece of wall art. Okay, so there you go. Now we have done one repeat. We're going to lift that up. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. So now we're just going to simply move the stencil over and finish off the canvas. It is very simple to do. We line up, like I mentioned before, we have the repeats, so you can just simply line those up.
One of our viewers wants to know if the pillows are painted behind you.
All of the pillows have been painted. These are using our Halloween stencils. We sell the pillow covers. We sell the inserts. We also have pillow stencils that are perfect for an 18-inch pillow. so we are just going to finish this off, making sure all the pieces are completely stenciled. Remember now, this is the medium size Atomi craft stencil, and you can get this over at cuttingedgestencils.com. You can see that we've now completed 2 really great and fast projects using this one stencil. All you have to do is rinse it off and reuse it again. We are going to lift to reveal, and look how fun that is. Now here we have a custom piece of artwork. We've crafted it in under 5 minutes, and we reused the stencil that we were using on the dresser. So we're going to take you back over here, because we've now had a chance to put the knobs in, which have been painted in the orange. We picked up an inexpensive frame. This was from IKEA. The frame cost less than $10. We spray painted the white frame in gold, and there you go. There is your completed, we have our stencil dresser along with our stencil frame, and we managed to do 2 projects with 1 affordable stencil. And don't forget, you can get all of our stencils over at cuttingedgestencils.com, and we hope that you enjoyed our project today.